Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss journey and hopefully you'll come along for the ride. So I've got a little bit of a rant today and it's pretty disheartening, but I feel like it's an important topic to talk about, especially for people who are new to GLP-1 meds. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I am seeing a trend of creators who have previously had weight loss surgery and lost anywhere from 70 to 150 pounds or more. And they are now giving advice about GLP-1 meds. And the part about it that's disheartening is that unless you go research that creator and their content, you don't immediately realize they are not on a GLP-1 med. They're just using it as a topic in order to further their monetization of their channel. I personally feel like that's problematic. And I personally feel like that's harmful because I have never had weight loss surgery. Therefore, I would never dream of giving advice to somebody who's had weight loss surgery and tell them what they should and shouldn't do or give them tips or tricks, right? Like, I don't have that experience. So how could I possibly give advice on that subject? So this one creator in particular that sparked me to make this video, she was going on and on about how if you've had weight loss surgery or you are on a GLP-1, you don't need to track calories. And she pushed this point pretty far in the video before she says, oh, but you need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, for me, as a viewer, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, well, I imagine that for somebody who's had weight loss surgery, whether it's bypass or the sleeve or any other option that's out there, if your stomach is significantly physically reduced in size so that you can only consume 3 to 4 ounces at a time, it would make sense to me that while you would need to track your protein, right, which is a huge consideration for both communities, you may not necessarily need to track your calories because the chances of you overeating 3 ounces at a time, assuming you're eating 3 or 4 times a day, is highly unlikely. It is more likely that you would be coming in under a caloric deficit that is appropriate for your age, your size, your activity level, if that were the case. So I just feel like this is really problematic. And I understand that GLP-1s are all the rage now and everybody wants to get on board. But at the same time, you should probably stay in your lane. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not talking about those who have had weight loss surgery and are now on a GLP-1. I'm not talking about those people. So please don't misunderstand me. I am specifically referring to a trend of people who have had weight loss surgery, are not on a GLP-1 and never have been, and are now giving advice to people on GLP-1s. Our experiences are not the same. I can tell you that just based off of the research that I did about weight loss surgery. They're two completely different lanes. We're going to the same destination, which is improving our health, right? Losing weight. But we're not in the same lane. So I would encourage everyone, if you are watching a creator online, whether it's me or somebody else, take everything they say with a grain of salt. And if you're interested in listening to their advice, please make sure that you research them, because I don't see this trend going away anytime soon. GLP-1s are very popular and people want to jump on the bandwagon, right, to try to make money off of our community. And it's unfortunate. But I really think that these people should just stay in their lane. I think that giving advice that is overgeneralized to two very different communities is problematic, because there is nothing that keeps me physically from binging. If I wanted to binge out, I absolutely could. Now, is the medication probably going to make me ill? Yes, probably. I would probably be miserable for a couple of days. But there is not a physical restriction that keeps me from eating more than 3 or 4 ounces at a time. So to say to someone who can eat a full meal, mind you, it may be less than what I was previously eating, but to say, oh, you don't need to count calories, that's ridiculous, nobody can live their life that way. I mean, if that is your experience, if counting calories is not healthy for you, I completely understand. I understand that there is a psychological component there. So if you are one of those people, please know I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who have had weight loss surgery, who are physically restricted from the amount they can consume, and then they want to give advice to people on a GLP-1. So for those of us on a GLP-1, we are going through a similar learning process that people that have had weight loss surgery need to go through, right? We need to learn to make healthy choices. We need to learn about correct portion sizing. We need to learn about staying hydrated, prioritizing protein. The list goes on and on. There are similarities, but it is not the same. Now, can you take certain information or certain resources from that other community and cherry pick them out and use it to your benefit? Absolutely. There are a ton of products on Amazon that are specifically designed for people who have undergone weight loss surgery, like little protein shots that are like this big, protein snacks, protein soups. I even ordered one. So you can absolutely utilize the resources that were brought about to help that community. Where I see a problem is those people having no experience on a GLP-1 giving advice to people who are on a GLP-1. It's just problematic. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. Make sure that if you're following somebody, you research them and you see what it is that they've been doing, and make sure that that somebody is giving you genuine advice based on their experiences. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. Make sure you check out my other videos where I have other helpful tips and tricks from somebody who is on a GLP-1 medication. And if you're looking for a positive-only support group, don't worry, I got you covered. Link is in the description box below. We'd love to have you there. And as always, be kind, rewind.